Okay, before this review actually starts, let me just make one thing clear. Yes, I am aware of Season 6 being a thing. It's just that throughout this video, I apologize heavily that me and my friend referred to this special pretty much being the final overall episode. And that's my bad, because at the time of recording that, I didn't know that Season 6 was truly, officially 100% a thing. I just, didn't entirely keep an ear out for that so much. That's my fault, so I apologize again heavily if you hear me and my friend kind of annoy you saying that, oh, this is the finale of the whole series. My bad. But another thing is why I'm making this point is please don't go in the comments below and start spamming and say like, this is not the final episode. There's season 6. Okay, I understand that now. I just try not to do that because that'll save me a headache and probably you a headache. So, yeah, just try not to start a war in the comments below. Other than that, I hope you enjoy the review. Thank you.
Hello, everyone! I know, this is a little bit different. I'm going back to the Steven Universe episode reviews, and from the looks of it, it's pretty much the last one. And I was gonna do this review, as I usually did by myself, but I have a special guest with me, a person who's been kind of making a bit of this fan art for me, and who's made the profile picture that I'm using now. You can introduce yourself. Do it.
What's poppin', B? It's your boy, girl, skinny. No, I'm kidding. I'm CripplingFrog. What's up, my dudes?
Okay, yes. So she, as she's been kind of saying, she hasn't been following the show as religiously as I have nowadays. But the same thing goes for me. But she still gives me a bit of it. And yeah, let's just get into this. It's a bit of a different review because I have someone with me, and I know you guys aren't usually like that. So sit back, relax, and listen on in. So I guess for the general review, and of course, the first half of this video is going to be for people who haven't seen the special overall, and it's more or less going to be spoiler free. And at a certain point, there will be spoilers. So, you know, the video is going to end for you at certain times depending on what you have done. So, what did you think of the special overall? The special of Battle of Heart and Mind?
So, Battle of Heart and Mind, really, like, I was expecting a lot, and it did deliver a lot of all the diamonds. It was really jam-packed with everything that you were really expecting. Although, fuck, I don't know what to say. So, I don't know what to say without spoilers. Like, it's weird. You start.
I guess if I had to say anything, it was a real nice, change of events, because this was something that I was really theorizing and hoping that they would do. Is like, oh yeah, they're just gonna go to Homeworld, and it's just gonna be a battle to the end. And you know, it pretty much was. I get everything that I've pretty much been wanting. Granted, yeah, the seasons and a couple of the episodes before him, especially the one that I know everyone's kind of been complaining and debating about, escapism, that one's been kind of turning a couple of heads here and there. But with this one, more or less being like a closing for the show, even if I don't think that was 100% confirmed, but it's a good 99.99% confirmed that it was. It's a nice way for it to end, even if you aren't, say, a hardcore fan. Because I told my friend about this, and he says, like, that's pretty cool, and he wanted to go check it out himself, even if he doesn't know all the details. He still would want to see it. So I think even for the average viewer, it's really nice to see. It has nice, twists and turns that have you at the edge of your seat for really, unless you're like me, I found them funny, but will be dramatic and will hit you hard in some cases. And if there's one thing I can say as well, which is basically just a joke by this point, people like to shit on, Steven Universe's animation, the whole inconsistency with its heights and everything. And yeah, it's there. There's like no real way of getting around that. It's there. Like, what can you do about it? But I will say there was one moment, no spoilers for right now, that I actually did say out loud, huh, that's some pretty good animation. That was really nice. So, yeah, and the only con that I would say that I generally have, and this might be for everyone, is that I felt that because I segment this whole special like within the quarter, so like the first, second, third quarter, all that, I say the last couple of minutes of the fourth quarter, so the overall special, was just a little bit rushed. That's the one thing I can say. It's
Yeah.
almost as if like, oh, right, we've only got like, as we look at our watches, shit, we used up all the budget. We got like 5 minutes left. Hurry up, people. All right, you get an ending. This is your ending. They're happy. They're happy. Everyone's happy. All right, done. Stars go by. See ya. Check out the movie. So I think that'd be the only thing, and there were a couple of things I wish they could have done, but by that point, it's still satisfying, and if I were to really say anything after that, that'd just be nitpicking. So, I think the review was, or the episode was really nice overall, but what do you think, Crippling Frog?
So really, it was just wow. Really knowing that they had to rush at the end, it was just very. I really wish that they would have added at least another episode into like in between to make it really have that effect to kind of like really get into it, really
Yeah,
ease
I
into
say
it,
like
ease into it.
it's almost like wrapping a Christmas present, and like, it's nicely done at least, and has the bow and everything. By this point, it just says like, yeah, here's
Right,
the ending, and they
but
didn't wrap it up, or if they did, it was kind of poor.
right. So and I think that I'm really hoping for the movie in this fall that they will at least do a little better on that, especially if it's going to be what like an hour and a half long, perhaps. It's got to be something that could really give you a good ending and something that isn't rushed within 5 to 3 minutes. It's got to be really consistent and fluent, and you really can't rush this. So I'm hoping that we'll get something that's a lot more eased out at the very end and at the beginning. Like the beginning, I know that they did really good through these 4 segments, and it flowed beautifully. I feel like that it was really nice. But with the movie, I'm hoping that they won't just rush and then at the very end just take it easy. But I feel like taking it easy throughout the whole entire episode will make it a lot more consistent and easier to understand and comprehend and really just enjoy at the very least. So other than that, I'm hoping the pumpkin and the watermelon dog can meet.
Oh yeah, that's right. They don't really do anything about the watermelon seeds now that I think about it. They really do just exist in their own world, and that's just about it.
Right.
And then
I'm
ironically,
hoping
when
that
like they show up for the last time, everyone hates it, but it's probably just due to like weird timing. But yeah,
yeah.
that's what I think about it. So if you don't want to be spoiled, because she's losing her mind over here, not being able to talk about spoilers. So if
I'm sorry.
you don't want to be spoiled exactly, thank you for watching. You go check out her stuff that she does. You can link your stuff. Go at it. So what do you do? You
I animate,
yeah.
do drawings digitally.
Yeah, she knows, she has skills with that thing you call art, and the tablets and all the type of stuff that you guys like on
Right.
Instagram and all your other social media sites, which you can follow me at, and her stuff, but mostly hers because I don't use my
Woo!
stuff. So yeah, all
Okay,
right,
true.
let's get into spoilers. All right, get at it because you're losing your mind, I
Woo!
guess. I I
There's-
also made the list, so I say the first thing you could talk about are the new outfits that the gems got when they came back after being poof,
Right.
and including the fusions, might as well since they count as two. So what did you think about those?
Right. Okay. Can I just say, honestly, my favorite outfit was Pearl's. Pearl with her little jacket, like that was so fucking cute. And it's like her whole outfit. I know that you think that it isn't really like a part of her other outfits and how it's not really her style, but I really, really dig the jacket and like the cute little top that she has, and she just looks great.
I think it might
Um,
be because now that I'm thinking about it, it's off of the fact that she became less ballerina warrior and more human, which is why she doesn't have like the
right,
sash and more of like the human outfit. I'm guessing, I could be wrong because everyone likes to guess at this show. I'm guessing it's
right,
just kind of a reference to the outfit that she wore in Last One Out at Beach City when Steven and Amethyst and her
right,
like just hung out throughout the town and she wore like that jacket and everything. kind of like saying like, oh, I like this outfit. Might as well make my permanent one that.
And it's also like I think from how long has it been since Pearl had her own like has changed her actual outfit? It was from season 1, whenever she got pooped from what was the episode called?
Steven the Fighter, the sword fighter, something like that, from Hollow Pearl. I know
It
what
was
you're
that
talking about. But yeah, she's had the longest one without a change. So
right. So
yeah,
it's like it's a huge improvement.
I didn't fully look at Garden's because the one thing that just keeps attracting me is it's so simple, but her visor. It's just a little star-shaped bump.
Yeah, Garnet was a little hard for me to look at. I do like something I did notice though. It's like she has different colors on her like it's nice. It pops out more, especially with the yellow on the visor and stuff. It's really nice and it's very appealing to the eye. Amethyst though, she looks really fucking badass. Let's be honest. It was really, really cool how they kind of transitioned her from just this simple, cut shoulder, it's nice, and to this like fucking like gangster look. I don't know. I think she.
They brought back the smoky quartz, so the fusions as well. What everyone wanted to see, of like, what would the fusions look like if Steven fused with the gems and everything? Well, here's your answers, all of them.
Right.
Smoky
and people have been
quartz
like predicting this shit from day one.
Oh yeah, there's countless videos of like, I think what was it? They even teased that, yeah, Rainbow Quartz 2.0 will be a thing. You just gotta wait and see. And it's like, well, yeah, here it is. It's the fusion of Pearl and Steven, and it's the umbrella that most people predicted of what's going to be the weapon. And it's like what was it? How would I describe this? When Rainbow Quartz like doesn't have like the umbrella out or like tucks it away, it's like this how would I put it, like this rocket or whatever that actually shoots rainbows and can propel them. That was pretty cool.
Shows how gay he is. Anyway, something else I really wish that they would have done better on was Garnet and Steven's fusion, Sunstone. I was expecting so much more.
Dude, Sunstone is a walking fucking joke. It's hilarious. Like, in terms of, like, how good, and maybe even how bad, because, like, yeah, it's a little ridiculous on, like, how these other ones were, but I guess that's just how it is. Because, first of all, when they were, like, fusing, they're taking their time, and, it's just a hype train and everything. Steven sliding down those rails and had, like, the theme in the background, which was pretty cool and everything, just fusing left and right, and it's like, alright, we get to see Steven and Garnet, and then just poof, the big stomp just goes onto them, which was hilarious. And then, we basically just get Sonic the Hedgehog, but red.
That's no good.
And something else that really had me like connecting with that, like with Sunstone and the things that her lines, her dialogue, really, it was like, it totally reminded me of the Dove Project with like Love Yourself. I don't know if you saw those, but like there were like a few episodes of them being like, all insecure and shit, and them trying to boost confidence and saying like, one of her first lines for Sunstone was like, don't try this at home, kids. Oh, if you have a bully, make sure to tell a trusted adult. Like, what?
That's no good. That's all I thought of, and I like it. It's funny.
It had nothing to do with the dialogue or the thing that was going at that certain time, and that really bothered me. And I'm like, seriously, Cartoon Network? Seriously, Rebecca? Really? It just, I just didn't like it. That was
not gonna lie, they probably have
my favorite fusion.
Like, probably the weakest weapon. You can't even call it like a weapon that they have. It's the suction cup things that they have.
That sucks.
Like, what the hell can you do with that, man? I'm sorry.
It sucked. That was really fun. And Cowabunga? No. Bingo Bongo, dude. Bingo Bongo.
Let's just stick with what we have. And while we're at it, might as well talk about it since it's fusions as well. Obsidian. We finally get to see the temple gem. So,
shit.
Yeah, it's really nice to see.
So fucking for that. I was very, like, whenever I heard Garnet say, like, you know what, it's time to form Obsidian, and I'm like, what? Like, my heart was racing. I'm like, holy shit, you mean the thing that...
Form the Megazord. Do it.
But I thought, like, she's gonna be huge. She's gonna be at least, like freaking blue diamond and yellow diamond size, and then you see the fucking foot, and it's like, oh.
Yeah, it's like, wow, you're huge, and it's like they're still toy size compared.
But it was awesome. They all synchronized the best they could, and that was very satisfying for me.
They have the best weapon that can never be beat.
Very.
It's just a sword. Like, you can't beat that.
Sword,
it's so simple. It's good.
And I like how Connie was just like, I got this, don't worry. And then they pull out that huge giant ass weapon. They're like, okay, you take it. Connie's sword was also very cool. I was very happy to see that she got a new sword.
I'm not gonna lie, this probably might be just jumping a little bit ahead or just around, but did she properly use that sword throughout this episode? Because, like, it's new and I'm thinking, okay, so they introduced it and everything, so how are they gonna let her use it? I can't recall her
They stabbed
actually using it.
Right. The only time I saw her use it was whenever they were trying to climb into the eye of White Diamond, and she was stabbing it so she could climb up.
Yeah.
You know, and so that's the only use I saw from it. Like, I've seen her like swing it around, trying to look cool and shit, but it's like, what are you doing, bitch?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
That's not the biggest thing. It's like, oh, that sucks. It's like, you think you get a new sword that you've been training for and everything, and you don't really get to use it, especially like during the biggest fight of ever, basically.
Yeah, right. That's like it's the biggest thing that's gonna be happening in the series. It's all 4 diamonds and all the main characters coming all together to defeat, you know, White Diamond and try and get her to realize, you know, Steven's way, Pink's way. I don't think. Don't you mean Pink Diamond? No. God damn.
But speaking of
no, of course.
Other crystal gems, what'd you think of, you know, our supplementary crystal gems? The crystal gems, Team B of Bismuth, Lapis, and Peridot, which they also get new outfits. They finally have them, people. Peridot got her star. You can sleep happily tonight.
Right. Alright, yep. So, Lapis, she looks like a fucking character from Aladdin. Not saying it's bad. Peridot, they kind of overdid it, but you know what? I'm not complaining. It's Peridot. She's got to overdo it at some point, you know. It's Peridot. It's lovable
by this
Peridot.
point, overdoing it is just the norm for her.
Right. What else do we have? Bismuth. She's got her armor on. The same armor whenever they were abducted. And yeah.
They do their part, you know.
Unfortunately,
the only unfortunately is that I'm guessing, you know, some people saying like, oh, well, Lapis didn't do much. Well, you gotta realize, Homeworld is lacking in the one basic need that we humans need: water. They don't have like any of it, so of course Lapis isn't exactly gonna do much. But here's the more important thing that I see of it: at least she's not running away from just the mention or sight of the diamonds. Because let's remember that she pissed her pants when Steven said like, oh yeah, I met the diamonds in court, and then she just flew away to the moon and took the barn with her.
Right.
At least it's a lot better.
Right, huge character development. And speaking of character development, I feel like that everybody has, like, throughout these few episodes of the Diamond Days, it's like, with Together Alone and all the fusion, I'm hoping that everybody saw that too, because it's kind of necessary. So no spoilers there. But with, like, everybody, like, immediately fusing, like Pearl and Amethyst, like, they just pick each other up and they're like, yeah, you know, but, like, from season 1 to 2, they couldn't even look at each other half the time because they like did not want to work together, and so it really shows great character development.
Along with Peridot having a nice growth of, what was it, like, respecting Yellow Diamond to the utmost authority as much as possible, or just the diamonds in general and everything, to like, hey, I'm not here to serve you anymore. I am your savior now. So that's really nice. Yeah,
that was a cool scene. I really like that. And I love the fact that she fucking brought a trash can top.
Of all things, yeah, I'm thinking like a trash can top. That was like, I mean, okay, yeah. You probably could have brought more metal things with you. That ship is as big as it wants to be, but okay. I guess that's all she needs.
I also really like the scene whenever Bismuth was falling because of Blue Diamond's arm or Yellow Diamond's, I don't remember who, but she got like smacked off sitting with Lapis. She hit a tower, and Bismuth was falling, and I really like the touch. The Peridot was like, she used her mental powers to make sure that she didn't fall because she had that metal armor on. It was nice. And I honestly didn't think that she was actually going to catch her until the very last moment whenever she did. So
I just thought it wasn't gonna work because she was too far away.
Let's talk about diamonds.
All right,
we're
yeah,
done.
you're right. I had that on the list, diamonds. So what did you think of them? Because they play pretty much 25% of this, or a key role.
Okay. Blue and yellow diamond, I feel like, my personal opinion, I feel like that segment was not rushed. I feel like that they really did miss Pink, and they really do want to listen to her this time because they did mess up in the past. Like, Blue Diamond's like, you must have been so much better off at Earth, I really feel so bad for bringing you back, and it's like, they're trying to help her escape, but Yellow didn't get that at first, and then, like, they're all suffering in silence because of White, and so they really need to talk to her, and I really liked that development of both of them being like, okay, you know what, you are right, we need to get Pink out of here, and then especially whenever they got to the ships, and White Diamond's ship decided to land on Pink, and they start fighting. She falls, and I love that Steven did not leave those two behind because he did not want them to suffer. And it was a very nice touch because I that really helped with the story, of course, but it's like it was very sentimental, and I feel like that was a good part.
The diamonds are real nice because really shows how far they've come, and I think it is nice that, you can kind of see, not even see, but just feel kind of the fear that they have from White Diamond, because the second they get their chance to speak, when they're in the hands or whatever of the giant robot and stuff, it takes Yellow Diamond a good minute to just gather the strength of saying, like, we need to talk! Holy shit,
right.
Finally.
But that's terror. I bet, like, I could feel the anxiety that she was feeling because I have a hard time talking to people as well. And it's like, yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, it's hard to speak to somebody that you are absolutely terrified of. Whether it be, like, an inspiration or parents even, like, it's hard. Talking to people is hard. It's not easy. Blue Diamond and Blue and Yellow Diamond got zapped. So.
Man, that was funny.
I don't get why you laugh.
Because I'm weird.
I don't get why you laugh.
Because they built like so much to it, and it's just like, like you think it's gonna be emotional, and you think she's gonna accept them. She's just like, hell no, get the fuck out of here.
Not that early in that episode. Nope. It wouldn't happen.
Not yet.
But if it did happen that early, then we would have had a nice, good ending, that could have been spread out more evenly, But no, just fuck that. White Diamond has no emotion. She's flawless, my dudes. It kind of did scare me at first whenever they did get zapped because I'm like, oh shit. Because then I thought about White Pearl, Pink Pearl, White Pearl, whatever. And is that reversible? Because if we're trying to reverse the corrupted gems, which was the whole meaning of going to Homeworld, can they really reverse what White Diamond can do by, like, making them quote unquote flawless and perfect because they're her? It's like, oh god, what the fuck is going on? And then continuing on to that, whenever they get into the pupil with the crystal gems, they all got zapped too, and it was kind of scary for me, and I'm sure you laughed at that part too.
Not entirely. I was just questioning, like, what the hell did you do to them? It was like, because this is probably worse than being poofed or maybe even corrupted. Because by that point,
right.
You're mindless. You have no control of what you're doing.
Right.
And freedom belongs to everyone, and then she just took that away from them. That's gotta suck. But moving on to White Diamond herself, probably my favorite thing of just this whole special, of just how much she really is just this walking no to Steven, and I find that pretty cool.
But also, this does, like, with White Pearl or Pink Pearl, whatever, and White Diamond, whenever they have in the episode Together Alone, that really does show the conspiracy that White Diamond was watching the whole entire time, of the ball. So they saw, like, all the fusion and, walking down, it's kind of a big deal because it really does play into this episode as well.
I hope someone slightly calls them out on this and maybe their own review, but it's weird how Steven says, like, look, I just want to talk, and then they talk and he says, like, you're wrong. you're wrong. Instead of saying like, okay, well, I see this another way, maybe we can change it. But he always likes to say to his opponent, you're wrong. That's not how it should be done. Which I think is funny, but then White Diamond says, no, I'm right, and you're gonna listen on why I'm right. And she gives some pretty good reasons, and she just destroys him. Like, just so mentally, emotionally, and eventually physically, she just does it all to make sure that he doesn't win in the slightest. And it's so good because she not only calls out on, like, his flaws, but slightly even the Crystal Gems flaws on what they had to deal with, and says, well, no.
Yeah.
If they're flawed, let them be that way. The best thing about it is that they at least know that they're flawed and not be only just their flawed parts. They can at least work around it. And she says, nope, gotta make those fuckers perfect.
That's scary.
Speaking of more scary things, you could probably get into the... I don't know if there's like a name for it, but Pink Steven. That's what I like to call him, you know, when Steven
Right.
unfortunately gets his gem ripped out of him. That's gotta suck.
And like I couldn't see properly, but did he have like white spread around his stomach from where like I couldn't see a visible like stomach for him. Like I didn't know if it was gonna be bleeding, if it was gonna be like white because white died.
I was wondering that when, if I'm right, I think they cut to commercial the second that thing got ripped out of him, and when they returned,
yeah.
he immediately checks his shirt. There was nothing there. Like, I don't even think his belly button was there. There was just, you know, skin. And I think it's all the fact that, like, he actually separated from his gem. Not just, you know, the gem leaving him, but just everything about him. Because he was all of that, and she pretty much split him in half as much as possible. And that's why I think the gem itself, even if White Diamond was always asking for Pink Diamond to come out, it only reverted to Steven because that's what the gem wanted to be. I don't know if you caught that. The gem kind of went through the cycle of Pink Diamond, then Rose, and then it said, no, I'm going to be Steven.
Right.
And it even verbally said, no, Pink Diamond or Rose is not coming back. This is Steven's gem.
Looking at it again, like White Diamond really like tried her best to really like affect Pink Diamond. And something that I was really like happy to see is that I feel like Pink Diamond is the strongest diamond.
This is the one thing that I wanted to say about the good animation. I don't know if you noticed it, but like when Steven, or at least when Connie was carrying over Steven to his gem and everything, when Steven started dancing and fusing with his gem, that was some pretty smooth animation. I don't know if
I'm watching
caught that.
Now. Yeah, I'm
that
watching
was really good. More so than what I usually see on the show.
Steven!
That's like the best parts though. And they're like, especially with like White Diamond turning over and looking, like that is gorgeous. And it's like, it shows that Steven is not Pink Diamond or Rose, obviously, but it's like, it's nice to have like a confirmed vision of that because it's like, it's only Steven, no longer Rose, no longer Pink Diamond, it's just Steven.
Yeah,
and then White Diamond gets super angry and she like kind of throws a tantrum saying like, that you are not supposed to be this.
Yeah,
and then
what the fuck are you, kid?
yeah, but then my favorite fucking part is that they bring back the fucking pilot because they're like, she's just like, yeah, you're not supposed to be like this, and she's like, well, Steven is just like, well, what's your excuse?
Yeah, what's your
And
excuse?
if
You've
you
lived
recall,
for like as long as time began.
And then she blushes, and then she turns out from a color, and then that's what really, I guess, brings her back to reality.
I think this leads into the ending, and probably the one thing I think most people could have a trouble with. I know this just can't be me, and this is just might be the one comment. Like, if I were to give this a score of out of 10, I say a strong 8.5, if not a 9. What is holding back that one extra point of it being perfect, that being the ending. And I don't know if this is just because
Too
they
rushed.
wanna,
It's way too rushed.
yeah, they want to save this for
They
the
had, like,
movie, but the ending felt a little bit rushed. That's one thing I can say.
too many things happened at once. Like, for example, Lars came back right after.
Yeah, I was
The
like, oh, okay,
did.
I know where this
On
is
a,
going.
what? You just had to rush that in. And then Sadie is just like, oh, you crashed it, didn't you? Oh, that's Steven, you know. So Steven, get on stage and sing the last, like, 30 seconds to a minute of the episode, you know, and then just show flashbacks and, like, memories and shit, and then coming back to reality, seeing all the new reformed gems that were bubbled and, like, being able to not be corrupted anymore. It's not.
I'm not saying that's like that was a bad move they did, but you know, it could have been better. You know, we really could have had another thing. Cause like with Jasper, you know, we see Jasper for like a good maybe 15 seconds, and she's had a strong role within the series, better than like, you know, a lot of, I wouldn't say better, but she had a strong one. That's for sure. There's no doubt about that. And they say like, well, she's back to normal.
Yeah.
Moving on, keep going.
Something I do like though is White Diamond's animation and seeing her kind of like dulled down almost from like the first scene that you see her and she's all glamorous and beautiful, and then you just see her just very casual, and it makes me very happy to see that. And it's like seeing her step into the water and just be there with all the diamonds, including Steven, you know, and seeing everybody reform, and it's just very nice. But some of the people, some of the gems that reformed, I was not very satisfied with their designs. I was expecting more looking at like gems, like actual gems.
Yeah,
Like Steven and
they were
Pearl,
a little
you know.
simple compared to like some of the ones we've seen. And that even includes like say like any of the gems from like the zoo arc, which we probably just won't see ever again. They had a little bit more interesting designs, even if some of them were actually like, you know, legit cardboard cutouts, but that's the whole point of them. They still had some flavor to them, and you can kind of tell them apart, but these ones just felt like really just basic shapes entirely.
And something else I really liked, this was a nice touch, I saw the beetles.
Yeah, they
from,
bring
like,
back
the first
the Beatles.
And they're so cute! Oh my god! It's very nice to see everybody being able to, like, finally be happy at the ending. And seeing, I wish that, I hope that later in the fall, whenever we get the movie, I'm hoping that we get to see more of the diamonds. We should, and then they'll have like another good like relationship type of like vibe to it, so it doesn't seem so tense. And like for the Diamond Days, I was like expecting so much worse, but really it was just a lot better at the very ending. And I feel like a lot of things were reconfirmed, and it just felt nice and satisfying being able to see everybody, peaceful.
This just makes me wonder. This is like the one question that I had by the end of it. Did they take all those reformed gems back to Homeworld? Did they do that? Because it wasn't really clear. They seriously just like did all the things that they did. They reformed them back to normal, and then the diamonds blast off. We don't know if they took the gems or not, and we don't see them on the beach, at least not that I noticed. So,
and it's like we didn't even see much of the off colors,
Yeah, they really were just kind of there.
Oh no, we're shattered because the diamonds are right there. Uh-oh, we're rebels. Uh-oh. Wow.
This makes me wonder, why is she saying that the second she steps out of the ship? You're telling me you don't see these big-ass neon gems right there, and you didn't see them, say, like, outside your window? I know that ship has windows.
Yeah.
Not only that, where's that one gem that was chasing them, Emerald? What happened to her? Did she just give up?
I think she gave up. I genuinely think that she gave up.
Smart
after.
move.
Wait, but then that reminds me. What about the place whenever they were going to Yellow Diamond's colony, and it was crawling with agates? I was really hoping to see an episode about that. I guess not.
Oh well. So, once more, what would you give this? Like, what did you?
Emotionally, since I had been watching this since like the very first season, whenever it first came out, I'm going to give this very, very last episode like a 9.5 out of 10 emotionally. But seeing it as it is, because of the rushed ending, I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. But like this show has given me so much inspiration for Violent Bite and continuing to do my animations and series, and it's very nice to see how far they've come, and hopefully someday I can be like Rebecca Sugar, feeling all of these new emotions, getting new fans, having new experiences. Like I'm hoping that I can have something that's genuinely as fun, as emotional, and as great as this has been. So, yay, Steven Universe!
Yeah, will give you that. From it pretty much did start me off of, you know, making YouTube videos properly at least, and well, this is where I am.
Right.
You know, it's not the biggest thing, but I'm at least happy that I have something. That's for sure. Alright, so that'll pretty much end this. Thank you all for watching. Of course, you know what to do with all the social media sites for me and her, so have fun clicking all the links to do such. And thank you for watching. It's greatly appreciated, of course. Have a great day, have a great night, and everything else you know what to do. Bye.